everyone, welcome to my channel if you're new, or welcome back if you're a previous subscriber. Thank you so much for stopping by. My name is Joanita and this is my channel, Jo Purchase, and today I just want to have a sit down and a chat. I thought I'd do some confession time because I've been feeling a bit reflective over my collection at the moment. They're getting quite big and sort of taking over my home and so sometimes I just sit and reflect, just to think about, are they truly still bringing me joy, and is it a good environment for them? So I just thought I'd do a few confessions. So this is 10 confessions of a plant parent, and I hope you stick around and maybe you have similar feelings. If I do look down, I'd have my laptop in front of me. So let's get into it. First confession is I do love all my plants. I think that you should bring in plants into your home that you love, but I actually have a favourite type of plant. I really adore the ZZ plants. Like I said, I love all my plants, but the ZZ just has, I don't know, I'm just really drawn to it. I think I like the stillness of it. Of course, all plants move, they grow and they change, but I love how easy it is. It's so carefree and just, so unassuming, but so structural, and it really doesn't give me any trouble. It's almost like, it's okay, I'll just stay back here and put me anywhere you want. But of course I try to give it lots of light so it can thrive. But yeah, those are really, at the moment, those are my favorite, and they have been for quite a while. So yeah. Number 2, sometimes I think that getting rid of all my plants would be so peaceful. I know that's a big one. Lately, I think because the plants I have are growing, which is what they do, but I think when you start this journey, you don't consider, okay, what happens when they grow huge? So I do look around and I think, oh my God, it would be so peaceful just to have nothing. Like just clear space, no watering, no spritzing, just peace, But then when I think about, I love these plants. They bring so much to my home, so much to my family, and I love nurturing and caring for them the best I can so that they can live their lives the best they can in our home. So I do get the moments of, really thinking it would be peaceful to have no plants, because I think it would. But then I've had some of these for so many years, and they bring a different kind of peace to my home. So number 3 is I have a lot of plants. Actually, no, I don't consider that I have a lot of plants. I actually only have 25 plants in total, but a lot of them are really big. So sometimes it seems like there are a lot of them just because they take up a lot of space. And actually, really, I say I have probably 21. But I have 5 orchids, but I treat them as one group because I don't water each of them separately. It's all just bunged into one. But physically, I have about 25 plants. I think I've counted all of them, 25 or 26. Number 4 is I have an ideal maximum plant number. I know there are so many YouTubers that have a lot of plants, and I mean hundreds, and I just think that's so amazing, because for me, my ideal plant number is 15. But I do have a maximum of about 30. Between 15 and 30, I have to really love those plants, because I've had a lot of plants in the past, as in I think closer to around maybe 50 or 60. So I've built an understanding of what my ideal number is, where I'm just totally at ease and everything is just synchronized and just flows really easily, and that number is 15 to 20, but then I can stretch to around 30. But really I tend not to go over, because it starts to become more of a chore, and I don't want that to be the case with my plants. So yeah, I actually do have a maximum ideal plant number. Number 5, when I go away on a holiday, I don't leave my plant care to anyone. So that's a toughie, because I don't really have anyone in my life that loves this many plants as much as I do. So it would be unfair to leave the job to someone who doesn't really keep a lot of plants or any plants in their own home. And really, I'm so particular with how I water them, and I see them as my responsibility. I'm the only one who really waters my plants anyway. So yeah, I just either I keep them really watered before I go, or I do a few different processes just to make sure they are okay while I'm away. And then the other thing is, I don't really go away for long periods of time. So far that's been working, but there's so many ways that you can take care of your plants on your own when you're away. There's so many processes you can try, and there's so many other YouTubers out there that have shown, you know, how you can keep your plants over long periods of holiday time. So I'm not really too bothered about that, but personally I haven't had anyone look after my plants while I'm away. Number 6, sometimes it's overwhelming to care for a lot of plants. So when I feel overwhelmed, I just don't do anything. So I think it's important to give yourself lazy days and not punish yourself for it, especially if you have a lot of plants to take care of. Allow yourself to be lazy sometimes. Yeah, so that's what I do, and I don't feel guilty over it, because I think it's better to take care of your plants when you're in a good space, when you feel good about taking care of them. I mean, I don't go crazy and I don't leave them for like weeks on end, but sometimes if it's a watering day and I just can't be bothered for a couple of days, I'll allow myself that. And the plants, I think, are okay. They'll be fine. Number 7. Okay, I always repot new Calathea every time. I always repot any Calathea that I've ever owned as soon as I bring it into my home. And I know there are other plant parents who advise not to, because it can disturb the plant, it can stress it out, which is so true. But I find, especially with Calathea, I'm always cautious about any bugs that might be there. I hear that they're susceptible to things like spider mites. So the first thing I do is I check the soil. I completely remove the soil, to be honest. I completely rinse the plant, the foliage and the roots, and then repot it in my own medium and in terracotta pots. And so far I've never really had any problems with doing that. I think if you take care of them after the repotting, it should be okay, but again, everything works differently for people. But for me, I haven't had any dying from repotting. So number 8, with the Calathea again, I just spritz them or mist them with a handheld mist sprayer, as opposed to using a humidifier. A couple of reasons. One, I'm a bit lazy when it comes to things like making sure a humidifier is topped up, or it just seems like an extra step for me. Number 9, I don't really have the patience for bottom watering plants. I think I've always top watered. I love the idea of having the water completely drained through the plants, and although bottom watering is really good for some plants, Calathea for example, because it absorbs as much water as it needs, I just really like the idea of rinsing through the soil. With my other types of plants, I don't bother bottom watering. I don't really get the satisfaction from that, and then I don't really know how to gauge whether it's enough or it's too much, so I end up either underwatering or overwatering them. But for Calathea, that can be a good thing, especially for my Stramanthe. I bottom water that purely because I don't like to get the leaves wet, because I found with the leaves being wet to a Stramanthe, they crisp up. So for certain plants I think it works, but generally speaking, even for my big plants, I still top water. It depends on what you're used to. I've always just done the top watering and it works for me, but I also see other YouTubers that bottom water and it just seems to work so well for them. I just haven't had the knack. Number 10, I purposely stay clear of jade plants. I think it's Crassula ovata. I do have one, but that's it. I've killed so many, about 3 or 4 in my past, and it really was out of not really knowing how to care for them. I overwatered and underlighted them. So now I only have one, and you rarely see her in my videos because I just kind of want to leave her alone. She's variegated and I've had her for many years now, but she grows very slowly, and I gave her a treat of a really lovely plant pot that I like, and I just leave her to it. So yeah, I stay clear, and that's why you don't really see a lot of succulent plants, as in proper succulents like jade plants, because I don't have the best of luck. I've had so many given to me, I've bought some, all different sizes, and it was ignorance in terms of knowing how to take care of it, so I just stay away from them. Those are my confessions. I think the one that really resonates a lot is the idea of a peaceful environment without plants and a peaceful environment with plants. I imagine that sometimes we can all get a bit overwhelmed by the amount of foliage around us and the amount of work that it takes. So I just want to say that it's okay to feel overwhelmed, and it's okay to let plants go, and it's okay to bring them back into your life. I think having a joyful environment and a joyful sort of relationship between yourself and your plants is what helps them to thrive. So give yourself some peace, give yourself some grace, and as much as possible, bring into your home plants that you love. Leave your own plant confessions below. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for subscribing and commenting and rating and just interacting. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.